this is Jamie Rachi with Fiat Femme, and today I'm going to talk about how fertility awareness-based methods empowers women. And so we're going to talk about 6 ways that fertility awareness empowers women, and my hope is that by the end of this video, you are going to want nothing else but to look into this for yourself. And maybe you're already using fertility awareness to track health issues. Maybe you're using it to avoid pregnancy. Maybe you're using it to achieve pregnancy, and I applaud you for that. Maybe you're watching this video because you're discerning whether this is an option for you and you're nervous. Well, the good news is that there's plenty of support for you, especially because I know with anything new in life, it can be nerve-wracking to start anything that's new. So know that there is support, and I invite you to my Facebook group, and I invite you to check out my website, fiatfemme.com. And then also just stay tuned with these videos because it's a great way to encourage you on your feminine genius journey. So let's get started. The first way that fertility awareness-based methods empowers women is that these systems actually, they work. And so depending on the system you're using, there's a number of different methods that one can use to track their fertility, again, in hopes to not only avoid or achieve pregnancy, but also to understand any gynecological issues that may be causing irregular cycles, painful periods, maybe it's causing infertility or repetitive miscarriage. So it's really important to know that you can use systems that, again, aren't only for family planning purposes, but are literally for your own health. So I'm so excited that you're watching this, and I'm passionate about sharing more. Okay, so these systems work. So the system I teach is called the Creighton method, and there are a number of different methods out there. FEMM, F-E-M-M, is another system. And also the Marquette method is another system, and the symptothermal method. There's a number of methods out there. And again, check my Facebook page, and there's a list of them that you could search for. But depending on the system depends on the effectiveness. So Creighton method specifically is 99.5% effective if the system is being used perfectly. Like common use is 96.8%, meaning that it's 96.8% effective even if you're not doing everything perfectly. So again, when I say doing everything perfectly, I'm saying that when you decide to chart your fertility, I highly encourage you to work with a trained person, and you can find these people, well, I wanted to say anywhere, but I can't say that that's true. But you can find them in a lot of places, not anywhere, but in a lot of places. And if you want to find someone near you, please reach out to me because I'd love to help you. So there are some systems that are not nearly as effective. What makes natural systems effective is the understanding of biological markers, so changes in the body that occur due to changing hormones. So you might have an irregular cycle, but that's okay because even though your cycle is irregular, there's still a cascade of hormone changes that happen in your body that trigger ovulation or that prepare your uterus for possible implantation. You know, there's a number of things that happen, even though it might not look the same as everyone else's. It's still going to give you information on whether what you're seeing is normal or abnormal. So when you think about effectiveness of fertility awareness methods, it's the most effective when you're working with somebody, and I'd say like over the course of 3 months to a year. And again, it's just like appointments here and there. You're going to get to understand your fertility. Using charting apps or books are fine, but I always say if you have serious reason to avoid or to achieve, and you really want to like avoid or achieve, you need to work with somebody. But if again it's for basic fertility awareness and you don't have a super serious reason for either, then read and chart, and it'll be so great and exciting. Okay, so the first one is it's effective. Second reason it empowers women is because it empowers women. That's the second one. It empowers. The reason it empowers is because it educates you about your body. So you've heard me say before that fertility awareness and understanding the biological markers of your body is like a 5th vital sign of your health. So when we're educated about what is normal and when we're educated about what is not normal, we're going to have a better sense of how to take care of our body. So I'm going to give you an example. A few years ago, 5 years ago, actually, my charting showed me that my progesterone levels were likely low. So again, if this doesn't make sense to you, it will when you start charting. But there are ways that your body lets you know what your hormones are like throughout your cycle. So I could tell my progesterone levels were low. Progesterone is a hormone that increases after you ovulate, and you need progesterone in your body in order for a thick uterine lining, so that if implantation occurs, it will house the new life, that new baby, and that miscarriage won't occur. So you need proper progesterone. So anyway, I was noticing my cycle was goofy. So I went to the doctor I had at the time, and I told her, I said, I think I have a progesterone problem, because I was just learning all of these things with cycling or with charting. Can you please check? She's like, you're fine. You're fine. You're fine, Jamie. You trust in your body. Just trust in your body. I'm like, no, but really, like, my charting does really show me that my progesterone levels are low, and I just found out I was pregnant, and I really want to make sure that I don't miscarry. Please help me. No, you're fine. You're fine. And I'm like, what? So I left. And so at the time I was getting trained to be a fertility care practitioner, and I didn't advocate for myself like I should have. I should have demanded it. But I felt like, well, they must know more than me. So then I went home. And then guess what? A few days later, I started to spot, and I had a miscarriage. And it was a total bummer. And so the thing about that is that I was educated. And I didn't stick up for myself. So I'm saying this, and that when you understand your cycle and you understand what's normal and abnormal, you can often tell if something is coming that isn't right. So like, for instance, for me, I had found out I was pregnant. I knew that my progesterone levels were low likely because of my charting, and I had a miscarriage following. And then following that, when we were working to achieve pregnancy, my progesterone levels were low, so I needed to supplement my progesterone levels. So there are ways to tell, so if you struggle with repetitive miscarriage and it's unexplained, please reach out. Please reach out, because we can help you. And it's not something that the medical community seems to know a lot of. I can't say that's true for all doctors, but in my specific case, and maybe for yours too, that was a very real circumstance that, it's really sad to me. There's no way to know for sure what exactly caused it, but all the kind of arrows pointed to that, in that direction. So I'm very passionate about advocating for women. Okay. So the second thing is it educates you what's normal. If you have endometriosis, polycystic ovaries, your charting shows that, and we actually address the root cause. So I am like an oils guru, a feminine genius guru. I love to speak. I love to write. But I'm also the founder of a healthcare center called Guiding Star Cedar Valley, and we're one of soon to be 10 in the nation. And there's so many resources. So if this is you, reach out to your closest Guiding Star Center or your closest fertility care, is all one word center, type fertility care center near me. And you'll be able to find a doctor who is partnered with somebody who can teach you about your cycle so that he can get to the root cause. The third way fertility awareness empowers is it's for every woman. So that's what's great, is it's not just empowering, or it's not just for specific women, it's for all women in their childbearing years. So whether your cycles are irregular or they're regular or you're postpartum or whatever the case may be, any woman can use a natural system to avoid and achieve pregnancy and to monitor their gynecological and reproductive health. Any woman can. Okay. So again, there's a difference in terms of the systems that I would recommend to you. Again, the recommended systems I would suggest is Creighton, because it's what I'm trained in, but I know there are other systems as well. FEM is also a really good system, and the Marquette system I've heard is great too. So just is based on your own desires and understandings. And if you're like, I don't know what those systems are, look them up. You'll find out so much information about it. And I am so excited for you to be enlightened, because you will be enlightened for sure. The fourth way that fertility awareness empowers is that it's where faith and reason meet. So personally, my faith is a huge part of how I see the world. But what I love so much about natural systems is that it makes sense too. So while it aligns with my moral and ethical beliefs to respect and nurture this natural design that was given to me and to all of you, it also aligns with biology. So when we introduce something unnatural to the body, and this isn't just hormones, this is anything, or when we alter or suppress our natural function, there will be an unintended consequence that follows. There just will be. That's just how it works. So for instance, if I'm drinking a lot of soda, Coca-Cola, and that's man-made, it's not from nature, it's going to make me feel gross. It'll increase my risk of obesity. It'll affect my body in many, many ways. And so that's just one example. So the same thing is true for things that we put in our body that is not natural to our body. There will be a consequence. So that's also something that we can think about. It's for all women in their childbearing years. And then also it's where faith and reason meet. It's reasonable. Fifth one is it's natural. So you're not ingesting synthetic anything. It kind of goes with the one I just said. So with synthetic hormones, it's what's causing all those side effects: increased risk of breast cancer, of blood clots, decreased libido, weight gain, anxiety, mood. It decreases our ability to absorb vitamins and minerals. Hormonal contraception even changes the water content in our body. So it's very interesting because they did a study on the shape of the cornea of women who are on hormonal contraception, and they found that the shape of the cornea is actually misshaped because women who are on hormonal contraception blink more often because the water content in their body is lowered. So therefore it reshapes the cornea because of the constant blinking. Isn't that crazy? And in my head, I'm like, man, we don't need that. We don't need to alter or suppress our body. So these systems are natural. They're not going to come with side effects. They're not going to alter your body. You're going to live fully alive within your body. You're going to acknowledge and recognize it, and you're going to see any sort of sign of a health problem in regards to your reproductive health because you likely show in your chart. Okay, and it's not hard. This isn't difficult, but it does take meeting with somebody. So it's not hard or difficult. It just takes meeting with somebody. And then last but not least, it's a diagnostic tool. So the example I gave before with my progesterone, like we were able to diagnose or guess, we were able to diagnose it later actually. We guessed that it was due to progesterone that my miscarriage occurred. After my pregnancy that I had miscarried, the baby that I lost, months later we were able to see I still wasn't getting pregnant because my progesterone levels were low. Diagnostic tool. Same thing with polycystic ovaries. Like with polycystic ovaries, women often notice just like Groundhog Day, just a little bit of mucus for many, 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 many days. There's no fluctuation or change because the hormones are not lifting. Estrogen isn't increasing. It's just like monotone, monotone, monotone. And that's seen in the chart and we can notice that. So it's a diagnostic tool. We partner with the doctor. This isn't like non-medical doctors doing this. We see patterns. Our job is to see patterns in the chart and then we refer to the doctors. So endometriosis, polycystic ovaries, repetitive miscarriage, severe PMS, we help with that. So when I say we help with that, I mean we connect you. VFM will connect you to a healthcare center that can serve you. And if you're wanting more of like a consult with me or somebody I can refer you to, please reach out because I'd love to serve you. Okay? So that's how fertility awareness empowers. The last and final way I want to share that is really exciting is that there are essential oils. So I call the essential oils the amplifiers. So my tagline is amplifying the feminine genius. And that's because I love to tie in these natural things into our natural body. And so there are ways to amplify the feminine genius using essential oils based on the phase of the cycle you're in. So check out the overview of the fertility cycle where I talk about how your feminine superpowers shine when you're not suppressing your body, when you're living your full cycle and your body is changing and shifting as you go through the cycle. It's so exciting. It's so empowering. And for more information on the oils to use to amplify those effects, please visit my website, visit my Facebook page, FIAFM, and you're going to learn a ton and I can't wait to serve you. All right, I hope you learned a ton. Be empowered, women. If you have questions, please reach out. Bye, guys.